dear members of the Bremen Parliament, dear representatives of the EU Commission, and dear ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Senate, the government of the Free Hanseatic City of Bremen, I warmly welcome you here in Bremen, and I'm especially delighted to greet guests from over 10 different nations to the conference Small Business, Big Support, here in our old historical town hall. We are here today not only to look back on 3 years of work on 2 EU-funded projects, but especially to look ahead on future joint activities to support all small and medium-sized enterprises. Therefore, I'm especially pleased to welcome the guests from our sister project around the North Sea region and our own project partners from several countries around the Baltic Sea. And I would like to say a warm welcome to our guests from the Black Sea region who have traveled here from Bulgaria and Romania. We will greet you with open arms, and we will do our best to support this with the special hospitality of this town hall, and last but not least, with some snacks and drinks later on. We are here in the beautiful upper hall of the town hall that is more than 600 years old, and we are very proud that the UNESCO has acknowledged its outstanding historical, political, and artistic importance and added it together with the Roland statue in front of this town hall to the World Heritage List in 2004. However, our town hall is not a museum. It is a living place at which, for more than 600 years, the people of Bremen have shaped the politics of the oldest city republic in Europe. As you can see, this hall reveals much about Bremen's trade and maritime tradition. May I draw your attention to the ship models here hanging from the ceiling. They are witnesses to an age in which people from Bremen sent their cargoes across the seas under armed protections. Watch out, the cannons are still functioning, but they are only fired to salute honorary guests on very rare occasions. Right across the marketplace, you can see behind me the building of the Chamber of Commerce called the Haus Schütting here in Bremen. Just like the town hall, it has been the meeting place of the Bremen merchants for more than 500 years. Facing each other, the town hall and the Schütting represented the great importance that trade still has in the politics of Bremen. Bremen's well-being is closely connected to the sea, as you can easily see in all the symbols around this room. The port of Bremerhaven is the largest hub for automotive logistics in Europe and the biggest European port for export to the United States of America. Bremen, as a center for logistics, occupies a leading position within Europe with its geographically advantageous location for transport, but also as a competent center for logistics training and research in Europe. As a free Hanseatic city and as a commercial town, we have always searched for close cooperations with partners from around the North Sea and the Baltic Sea. That is why we gladly took up the opportunity to cooperate within the projects presented today and actively support the European Business Support Network. Ladies and gentlemen, small business, big support. The title of our conference refers to the title of a communication of the European Commission from November last year. It was called Small Businesses, Big World, a new partnership to help SMEs seize global opportunities. The communication focuses on promoting and supporting SMEs' economic activities outside the EU, while the activities we are presenting today are focused on economic activities inside the EU. In fact, the experience of business support organizations shows that the single market is not very yet strong enough to completely overcome these typical obstacles that SMEs also face in the EU internal market. To access market information, locate possible customers, and find the right partners. That is why we would like to make a statement by saying small business needs big support everywhere, locally, nationally, and within the EU. Many of the project activities and good practices presented today were supported by the experienced and long-standing Enterprise Europe network. The EEN brings together 580 business support organizations from 47 countries. We are sure that the Enterprise Europe network will continue to be a backbone for Europe-wide SME support in internationalization. I am convinced that the European Business Support Network presented today was able to give an interesting regional and cluster-specific focus to this network, and that it is worthwhile to continue with these efforts in very close cooperation with EEN. Cluster development and promotion is very important for the Bremen concept on business support. Already in 2010, we decided to focus ourselves on three main sectors: maritime economy, wind energy, and the aerospace industry. Of course, we also have several other industry sectors that are vital for the regional economical structure, like the food sector and automotive. You may all have heard of former Kraft Foods, of Kellogg's, Beck's, or Mercedes. They all produce here in Bremen. However, the focus on the three sectors, maritime, wind energy, and aerospace, allows us to give more support to those industries which have a basis for innovative development in Bremen itself. The export rate of Bremen is on the top position compared to all 16 federal states in Germany. Roughly 2,000 Bremen companies have foreign trade contacts. Bremen has a strategy for foreign trade promotion, in which we support SMEs in their internationalization. Try to attract foreign direct investments and escort all this by political action as best as possible. Especially the acquisition of foreign direct investment is concentrated on the three main target markets: Turkey, the United States, as well as China. I know that most of our external guests and many of the German guests too have used the opportunity to participate in the project development workshop that was held yesterday and today in the morning. I'm very curious to learn about the outcomes during the panel debate later today. As Ministry of Economic Affairs, we will offer to organize a follow-up workshop next year to get ready for the new calls in the next EU funding period. I had the honor to be a member and chairman of the so-called political advisory group to the Baltic Supply project. In that group, we discussed conclusions to be drawn from our experience with SME support. The Northern Netherlands were especially engaged in bringing these conclusions into the form of policy recommendations. That is why Caroline Kuperos from the province of Groningen will explain the policy recommendations to you in her speech. Thank you very much, Caroline, for joining us today here in Bremen. And thank you also for joining me later on in signing the Memorandum of Understanding, together with many more partners gathered here today. This will lay the foundation to keep our joint projects results in the form of the European Business Support Network alive for the years to come. Thank you for your attention and enjoy the conference.